wanted to bring this to your attention. It's weird. They redistricted us, I think 6 to 7 days before the election. And then as soon as we're voting and all that, there's just mass confusion at the polls. So I don't know if Don Samuels actually would have won by as much, or not. Sorry, he didn't win, but I don't think Ilhan would have lost as much as she would have if, I got to my polling station. They're like, you got to drive 4 miles down Seder, and that was the case with pretty much everyone. And they only did it in South Minneapolis.
I mean, so if I hear what you're saying, is that that the redistricting inhibited her margin of victory.
That's where I would
that's your take.
On.
All
yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I saw people going like, what is this? What's going on? No one else. If you get there at 6:30 or whatever after work, you don't have that much time, and people wouldn't have time. But I think Minneapolis needs to be paid a little bit more attention to, because we got Dean Phillips and we got Jacob Fry, who absolutely is going to primary her in 24. I mean, they got into some weird Twitter exchange. I don't have social media, so I don't know that stuff, but yeah, they got into some weird Twitter exchange, blah, blah, blah. It's an open secret that he's about to primary her in 24.
Interesting. Yeah,
he endorsed the challenger this time too.
Oh, he did? I mean, look, she's threatening. She's threatening to people.
She shouldn't be threatening to people. She's pretty much the bravest member of Congress.
Well, she's threatening to the right people. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
She's not threatening.
Exactly.
She's threatening to the power base in the party. She's threatening to so-called moderates who are actually conservatives. Because if first off, within the context of Minnesota, if she can do it, then other people are going to be inspired. Like, I can do it. There is a sort of middle ground with some politicians, not all, and I'm not deluded in this respect, where
for sure.
they want to do good, and good in the way that I think that you and I would both define it as being good, right? They want more democratization of our economy and of power and et cetera. And they are told by everybody in the know that you cannot go too hard, too fast in that way. And there's some truth to, there's some positions with it that the American public doesn't respond to. And certainly within the context of the politics, the inside game, you've got to be careful. But specifically in terms of what you can sell to the American public, the argument has always been, and you see this, and it's less than it was, let's say, 10 years ago. The argument has been the American public is fundamentally conservative, and they don't want
Absolutely.
And that's the argument, though the polling doesn't reflect that necessarily. That's been the sort of the conventional wisdom, and it's certainly the wisdom of a lot of political operatives. And when Ilhan shows that that's not accurate, because she does well, when AOC wins, it just, in the same way that when they organize in Staten Island, the Amazon in Staten Island, Amazon workers out in San Bernardino take inspiration from that. The same dynamic exists. And so when Ilhan Omar, goes around and gains more and more stature and is effective, or at least is reelected on a fairly uncompromising platform, that scares people who don't want to let other people know that they can run on that too.
Exactly. And then I guess this is kind of funny. Back to the Timberwolves, who owns the Minneapolis paper, the biggest Minnesota paper? It's Glenn Taylor.
He owns the
Glenn
Tribune.
Taylor will smear Ilhan to absolute death.
Yep. Well,
And that's the information that people end up getting.
well, I think, I don't know. I think that assessment is correct. It wouldn't surprise me if the gerrymandering that they did there was, there were people in the state house who were like, we're gonna try and inhibit the size of her victory, make her have to spend more time, basically on rear guard stuff. So appreciate the call.
It seemed very, very tactical to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Very
You know what I mean?
possible. Very possible. Appreciate the call.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too.